It was just gonna be there.
Nope.
Wait, are we live?
Yeah.
We are live.
All right, welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode 193, being recorded on January 18th, 2022. The council is now in session, and as with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit.
Random shit. Yeah, it kind of loses its luster
not
a
the
little bit.
same.
Hold on, let me try again here just a second.
We'll just cut it in post.
Random shit! Yes! So much. Everyone loved it. They thought it was hilarious, you guys.
That was better. I'll take that.
It's a Seinfeld audience.
But you know what? I'm glad that they aren't the ones making decisions. We are, because our decisions are final and also have no bearing on anything whatsoever. So welcome to this episode of the CouncilCast, where it turns out, you don't need to have a heart anymore, because you can now get a pig heart transplanted into your body.
Really?
Yeah.
They've been able to do this for years?
Maybe. I don't know. They just completed the very first transplant, though, of a pig's heart into a human. Apparently, the person who received it had a heart disease, and they weren't able to qualify for a standard transplant, so they got a pig's heart, I guess, instead.
Does it work?
I thought they'd been able to do this for a long time. I thought that you would get a pig's heart, and then you'd have to take medicine so that you wouldn't reject the pig's heart, and then that's the long and the short of it.
I don't think so.
3 days after the procedure, the patient was still alive.
Wow, how about that?
So it's
It did
probably
work.
what I heard was probably a human's heart, and not a pig's heart.
Well, at least
So-
I guess.
Talked about hoping to be able to do it with pigs someday.
Did they have
This
like
was when
an
I was in third
ECMO?
grade.
Did they have like an ECMO unit ready to go? Or if like they transplanted this and like 2 days later the doctors were just gonna shrug and be like, well, that didn't work, back to the drawing board.
That is exactly what it sounds like would have happened.
Why?
Like this person was just like, well, my heart's gonna fail.
Yep.
Might as well give it a shot.
So it does say that the Food and Drug Administration authorized this surgery under its Compassionate Use Access Program, which allows patients facing life-threatening illnesses to receive investigational treatments that haven't gone through rigorous clinical testing. So yeah, basically they're like, you don't have any other choice, so if you want to
You're
try
essentially
it,
donating
go for
your
it.
body to science.
Yep. If you live, great. If you die, great. I don't know.
Yeah,
just
I'm
means
sure
you get
that the great was on both options.
But they I think what you're thinking about, Silas, is that they have talked about this for a long
Okay.
time.
I
But I don't think they've ever
talk
actually
about
done
a lot
it.
of stuff.
Oh,
They talk. Their
here's
talk
a
is
key
big.
part. The heart came from a genetically modified pig that was specifically genetically modified to make it less likely to be rejected.
So they
So
had.
this is just like a thing we're working on, basically.
So how long until you can just eat the heart and it replaces your heart?
I mean, never. That's not gonna work.
I don't know. I would hope
Oh.
soon. Maybe that's something we could ask Elon to work on.
I mean, how long? Yeah. I'm very curious to see how long this person lives.
Maybe we'll hear about it. I don't know. I mean, is a pig's heart semi close to the same size as a human heart?
I don't know.
A genetically modified pig's heart is.
I mean, it's close enough to work for them to work for 3 days. Does it say that everything got unhooked?
It does not. But I mean, I guess I would imagine that this person is probably not going to go out and run a marathon next week.
Why not?
I don't know.
Fucking get up, lazy bones.
You got a new heart. What are you still doing sitting around here?
Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
You know, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. You know, I'm gonna give these guys props on making this happen.
I don't
Can
like
I
it.
do reactions? Can I do a reaction here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
No, you cannot.
Oh. I want to give a thumbs up.
I don't think that's a thing you can do in here.
Oh, I see
Yeah.
what you're asking. No, our new
No,
platform
no,
does not
I
allow
don't
for
want
you
to give
a
you like a
thumbs up.
live take.
I thought you were going to pull up a screen, watch a video, and we were going to watch you watch the video, and give us.
I can
the
mark a
reaction.
clip though. I'm not sure what that does.
I mean,
Mark.
maybe that saves it for later.
It's in beta.
I marked it.
All right.
Well, that way we know to come back to it later in the edit.
We'll fix
we
it
all
in
know that's
post.
happening sometime soon.
Yeah.
Sometime soon.
Somebody somewhere is about to get a flood of CouncilCast podcasts, and they're gonna be so happy. Casey.
I'll let him know he got another shout out this week. He loves hearing about that. He's like, oh
Yeah,
really? Well, I'm probably not going to watch still.
He can hear about it in probably another year when we get it uploaded.
I don't know if I like this. It reminds me a lot of the book Animorphs, and it kind of scares me that they started just implanting animal parts into humans. And so I hope this person lives, but I also hope that it does not become common practice.
I don't understand what's wrong with Animorphs. That was awesome.
Yeah, all those covers were sweet.
All right,
Yeah.
fine. The covers were sweet. Thumbs up for Animorphs.
All right, thumbs up for Animorphs. I'm okay with that. But you know what? Something that is going to have a massive flood of something is apparently the bubble.
Most
That
script
is-
transition ever. It's gonna, you
is-
know it's going to have something.
It's going to be something. Actually, it's going to have a lack of something, which is apparently the big bubble that the Earth is currently smack in the middle of, that has no stars around it.
Like where we are at is suspiciously devoid of stars.
Yes, that is
What if
exactly
that's
it.
the only reason we were allowed to exist?
Probably not, because it turns out that we just entered this bubble of starless space in relatively recently.
How recently? Was it before or after life existed on?
You know, I probably before.
Yeah.
So it says that we should exit the bubble in about 8 million years. So if we're in the middle, I can only assume we entered the bubble 8 million years ago.
It's a pretty safe assumption.
But apparently this bubble is about the 1,000 light years wide. So it's going to take you a while to kind of traverse it. But apparently it was
That's not that big.
It's not that big, but it'll still take a while.
Yeah.
But anyway, they talked about some scientists have figured out that, you know, the reason why it might be so devoid of stuff is that apparently it created so many stars that, and there were so many explosions that it actually just pushed everything else away from it. So it's a region of space where there's been a huge amount of activity, they think, in the past, and it just created this huge void of nothingness
Like a
now.
big bang.
No.
Kind of.
Smaller.
Actually-
Bang. Like Tex-Mex night.
Chipotle night.
Good boy.
It was the morning after chili.
Morning after chill.
But yeah, you know, I guess good for them for figuring out that we're in a bubble.
This is the
Right.
bubble I'm always hearing about on like Wall Street Bets.
Yeah, when this bubble pops, I'm not sure what'll happen.
I mean, still though, stocks only go up, so
But is
not worried.
it like they're just talking about it as a space? They're not actually talking about there being some filament layer at the edge, you know, however many 1,000 light years, 500 light years away or whatever, 1,000 light years. What?
Yeah, let's go with the
What's,
500 light years. Yeah.
500 light years away, there's not a filament. It's not like there's cellophane on the edge of this bubble that's not really a bubble as much as they're just drawing a circle around this? Or
I mean, I don't know. How do you know? Have you been there?
Yeah, bubble boy.
I don't. That's what I'm
Hold on.
asking. I'm asking a question. I'm not making a
Hold on.
statement.
Wait. Did you guys know that James Webb was taking photos already?
Seriously?
Yeah. Hold on. I got it right here. We got it.
Is there a picture of the balloon?
Yeah, of the bubble. That was the first
the
thing
bubble?
they took. They took a picture of the bubble.
Oh,
Look at the clarity.
Well, there's so much stock imagery.
Yeah, it's like built in. It's DRM built into James Webb.
I'm surprised that
That way no one will
Shutterstock
steal it.
already has this image.
Yeah, courtesy Shutterstock. Image ID 161998229.
great! Now we're gonna get demonetized.
Should, should I be concerned that somebody's trying to pop the bubble?
Nah.
That's just God.
Oh, gotcha.
End of
okay.
times.
If you think God was never almost always popping the bubble, you're fooling yourself.
I guess good. Maybe we'll leave the bubble here in approximately 8 million years. It sounds like so. If you live that long, I'm sorry. You might
I'd
pop
love
the
to live
bubble.
that long. Think
No,
about,
don't.
Think about all the
You're gonna
things you
pop
get
the
to see.
bubble? I'm gonna blame you.
I'm not going to pop the bubble. I want to live 8 million. Oh my god!
I mean, how far is?
You know what? Thumbs down to this article. Thumbs downing all of them tonight.
This is a very
Spoiler alert.
localized bubble.
Yes, it is literally called the what do they call it? The local bubble.
Oh, for God's
think-
sake!
Yep.
The four
Yep,
logo
it's-
bubble.
That is actually the name. They call
The
it
person
the
that named
local
it probably
bubble.
lives on Street 1.
Four
in house
logos
number
bubble.
1. He lives in a house named House
Yeah,
on the street.
with a dog named Cat.
There you go. I am gonna give this one a thumbs down.
I'm gonna
Because
give
I
it
don't have a
slow
picture of
poke.
what the bubble is. Slowpoke.
For
Don't do it.
space, though.
Thumbs up for space. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, hey.
I'll give you that.
Hey. Been a hot minute since we've heard that.
You guys don't
Not
keep that
copycatted by
going?
somebody else on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
Literally, we say it every week just because you're gone.
It doesn't even matter if it's for space or not. It's just that it happens. Oh, there you go. Well, if you wanted to see more of your space, maybe you want to translate your James Webb Telescope picture and improve the graphics on it. Your new Samsung smartphone might be able to help you do that.
I doubt
It is
I don't
going to
own
be
one.
the first smartphone with AMD's ray tracing GPU built in.
We don't need
Seriously?
ray tracing on phones. Next topic.
You do if you're gaming on them. Because I'm
Am I
usually
gonna
sitting on
ray
the
trace
subway,
my fucking Angry Birds?
headed to class.
You're gonna ray trace Wordle. I don't know.
Wordle's so good. I almost lost this
I
week.
have to
I got it
I
on
have
the
to
sixth
keep
one.
my World of Warcraft going, and need that ray traced so that I can see the extreme detail in all the bushes that I'm destroying.
It's yes.
That's all the more I progress.
Like seriously,
in,
what are we gonna
World
ray
of
trace? Like this bullshit that I put on for Eddie so he can play with my phone? Like here,
I mean-
check this out.
I hope they ray trace that. That'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, ray traced on that. That'd be perfect. That would be awesome.
Oh, you're calling somebody.
You called Mr. Monkey.
There's a monkey. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie really likes this one.
Copyright.
Hold on.
Violation.
Nah, it's an app called. This is just me suggesting it. It's called Baby Phone.
Hey, here's my question about that. Actually,
does
I'm kind of
this.
interested in this. Is Eddie able to swipe
Oh
out of
my
it, like start
God.
sending emails to work friends or whatnot?
Not easily, no. But
Because anytime I put Finley inside of an app, he's just like, "Oh yeah, let me swipe out of this and then change your whole phone to just be in Mandarin."
Oh my god.
You like?
Now we're getting taken down.
No.
I like that they're packing more into a smaller space because, not because I need it on my phone, but because if they can do that in a phone, it means that my laptop, which is a tool that I do need to use, can have the potential for even more power. If
Yeah.
they're like, hey, we figured out how to put this shit in a phone, then hopefully they can say, hey, you know what? We could
I guess-
quadruple or pentuple that for your laptop. And also, we're
I
going
guess
to make your laptop half the weight.
I think that's the point. Like, the fact that they can make it this small is interesting. The fact that I can get ray tracing on my phone is not. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know, marketing.
I mean, I don't know. They talk about all these gaming phones, and maybe I'm not their target audience. I will
I'm
admit that
definitely not. I don't play games
Because-
on my phone.
I agree. I don't play them now. I will buy a high end phone so it lasts longer, but I don't need to play the newest and greatest Fortnite game or whatever it is that's going on right
I'm
now.
not buying an iPhone, like, really for the processor that's in it. Like, that does make the experience better. I'm buying it because I like the cameras that are on it, I like the screen, I like the no fuss deviciness of it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going out and buying some mega powered like thing to play mobile
Like
games
that-
on.
Like that Asus phone that has like a built-in fan on the backside of it to keep your
Maybe
game
it is.
cool.
I would love to
Like,
hear
I
from
don't know.
somebody that plays games on their phone, whether they're just like banging excited for being able to turn on ray tracing on their phone. Something
You know,
that's like a little tiny screen where, like, even on big screens, like they did this on Linus Tech Tips.
Mm.
It was hard for people to know whether it was the ray tracing version of the game or not.
Mhm.
And basically, only fucking Anthony could tell consistently. Like, the turbo nerd guy and Linus could tell, but other than that, if you weren't like if you were just like a gamer and not like into the tech, like quote unquote into, nobody could fucking tell. Like the writers
Yeah.
couldn't tell, but they all play games.
Yeah, I mean this is like one of those things that's just kind of buzzwords to make it sound like, hey, we've got something new and cool, so buy it.
Yeah.
But the trade off is not going to be there.
I mean,
You know,
this kind of shit's interesting because it's like, how small can they pack it? Can they shove it into like data centers, and then make it so that I don't have to own a $5,000 PC to like play 4K games at 200 FPS? Like, can I just rent my PC for like a certain amount per month? Like, you know, I know that's probably terrifying to some people, but if I could just pay for like extremely high speed connection, like 165 hertz, like everything that I get out of this, and just not have to have the PC, I'd probably do that at this point in my life. Like, I don't want to have to dick around with hardware being broken. Like,
You know, that's a good point. You know, I think that maybe where this could be taking us, the interesting place that it could take us, is not necessarily playing games on your phone, but having a phone that you could dock into your desk somewhere. Like, you just don't even have a computer. You
you
just
can do that to some extent right now, right?
to some, I think it's kind of hokey a little bit. I think Samsung has their own little thing, but you know, I don't think the experience is great.
Apple's moving that way with their apps and, you know, with the silicon chip and that the M1 chips and all that stuff. Like, they're moving to a place where they want the apps to all be written on the same code so that you can have your iPad be the same as a laptop, be the same as your phone.
Yeah, and I could see that.
App.
That'd be kind of interesting if I could just come home and slap my phone down into some sort of docking station, and boom, I'm up and running doing whatever I
It pops up
want.
on you buy a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse, and all of a sudden
This really explains why you were a Windows Phone fan. That's exactly what they wanted to be able to. Like, they were trying to do that ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the idea, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I was gonna give it a thumbs down, but I'm switching it to.
You're convinced.
I'm now convinced.
Oh yeah, I'm giving it
I
a
think-
thumbs down.
I think
I'm
you
giving
could
everything a
probably
thumbs down
go
tonight.
find episodes of me complaining about, like, what are those remote gaming things that, like, I was in the beta for and tried a little bit. It was
Like
just,
On Live and
Yeah.
whatever the Amazon's one and
like, those
Google's
all
got
happened
one.
like happened really early. Like, around college, probably. When I was in
Yeah,
college, like
OnLive was I think
2010.
the first one. Yeah.
So it was like it was laggy. It wasn't like, and you could definitely tell like you were never gonna play Counter Strike over it, basically. And I would have laughed at you for like saying that you even wanted that as a thing, and now here I am wanting like my PC to not exist in my room, basically, and just be able to pay, like $20 a month to
Yeah.
rent out some like wicked hardware for the time that I want to play. But that comes with all the problems of like shared computing resources, right? Like shared tenancy, there might not be an available, like, but now that like home networks and stuff are getting faster and faster and the latency is getting better and better, like we're kind of at the point where that is starting to become actually really viable in a way that I would play. Except
Here,
I want it to be 144 hertz. I want it to be like
So-
no latency.
The thing that I think I see that actually becoming more mainstream now is because Nintendo is publishing, well, not Nintendo, but you can get games on a Nintendo Switch that are game streaming, and most people are not going to have any clue what's going on. But if it's good enough for most people to be okay with it, I mean, to me, that's like they're making that next
I think
leap
for a
to
lot of games, it's
making
fine.
it useful. Yeah.
Like if you're playing like some card like game or something like that, something where latency doesn't fucking matter at all, like that experience is going to be fine. Or maybe some like turn-based thing.
Yeah, I mean, most of these are JRPGs, so yeah,
Right.
yeah.
this makes
But
me
I'm thinking
think,
like you
though-
could play Civ like that, like easily, but like fire up Halo Infinite or Apex, and I don't know what it's like today. I haven't tried any of these services.
Well, this just makes me wonder, though, because you mentioned there not being enough bandwidth. So how quickly can data farms grow the data or the capacity? Like, I mean, I know what like a normal vegetable garden, how quickly those things grow. It usually takes a season, but how quickly can the data farms pull the stuff together? How long is a data center's season for growing?
I'm actually curious about the numbers. So like, I don't know, like how much bandwidth am I pushing over my DisplayPort cable at 144 hertz?
Let me just go to Wolfram Alpha.
Is there a converter? Like it's like 1440p at 144 hertz is like, is that can you multiply those together and get your bandwidth? I don't know these things.
Let's see here.
What did you say? 1440p at what?
1440p at 144 hertz. So 144 frames per second.
Uh,
And they'll tell you how many pixels per second you're
It's-
pushing, right?
12.7 gigabits per second.
See, like I say, like you're close, but you're not. Like 12. Did you say gigabit?
Gigabit, yes.
So you're running 12 gigabit.
This says 144 AD.
Yeah, that's pretty close. So at 12 gigabit, I mean your steps of like speeds, right, are like barely anyone has gigabit to the house fiber, and then like maybe some people have 2.5, and 10 gigabit is
Yeah.
unheard of except in all but very, very select places to the home, and then over that it's just non-existent. So I guess you could be close on your connection, but the problem is like you got 10 of those people now connected, and now you're saturating a like that's 100, that's over 100 gigabit now.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Just
easily.
with 10 people trying
Just
to
with
play.
10 people on it,
So-
yeah.
But that video would be compressed and shit, right? And
Well, that's how they have to do it today, pretty much, right?
you have to compress it. So it would be interesting if they could do something like combo the service where you pay for the service and like it can still work, but you do have to have a small box that you run here that plugs in, and it does like what Nvidia's or AMD's machine learning stuff or AI stuff does, and upscales the image based on what it receives.
Right. Yeah. Something that can.
So
Yep,
something so they can send less data.
send it out in a compressed
Right.
format, and it can upscale it
And
for you.
I've toyed around with some of my games, turning it on and off, where I run my game. You can get more FPS because I'm running my game at 1080 and it's upscaling it to 1440. And
Yep.
depending on the game, it actually works pretty well. Like if you've got some games that you can turn that on and off with, it's fun just to go play with and see if you can tell the difference. Because the FPS impact is massive.
Yeah. I mean, didn't Nvidia just come out with their new thing? What is it, like DLDS or
they
something
did.
like that?
So for the NVIDIA version, Linus did a video about this too, where they put their people on it and made them guess which ones were upscaled to like 4K and which ones were upscaled to like 1440 and stuff. And some of the games it was really easy to tell, but other games nobody could fucking tell, again, except like Anthony, because he knows what he's looking for.
Right.
But
That'd be kind of interesting to try, actually.
so I'm wondering if they could do something like that, but having to have to run another box here on this side, like that's just you're increasing the barrier to entry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like the appeal of just
But-
being able to run it over my network is I can just have my fucking like Mac Mini sitting here, and all it has to do is route video to my monitor.
Right. So now, what if that was just your phone?
I mean, this, yeah, right? Like,
I could see that. See?
look, if we can get to the point that my phone could plug into a dock and push 144 hertz, like, to my monitor to play on, like, I keep using 144 because that's what I play at.
I would love it. I mean,
Not
I would
everybody
love it.
has to be
Not
that,
even
yeah.
for gaming though. I would just love to be able to take, like, we travel a lot, and I also work from home, and so I have that luxury of carrying around all of the extra dongles and chargers and bullshit to be able to do my job from wherever I am intending to work. And if I can just say, oh, I'm headed upstairs, let me do this, or oh, it's exporting the video or the audio file or the whatever, but I'm headed out the door, I can take my computer with me in my pocket, let it keep exporting, get to wherever I'm going, pop up and say, okay, let me upload this now, because I'm operating off of a system that can handle all of those pieces. Yeah.
It's funny because essentially what we're asking for is mainframes. Like, it's just the
Basically.
cyclical back and forth, right? Like, mainframes existed, and then commodity hardware got fast and cheap, so everybody owns a PC. And like, are we going to swing back the other direction, or are we going to swing back the other direction selective? Like we kind of have, right? Like cloud computing, like so, certain people run their own clouds, like because they don't trust the privacy of X, Y, or Z, person, and because it's either on Azure or fucking Google Compute or AWS anyway, unless they're running their own things. Like, I'm sure Backblaze runs their own data centers and shit like that. But it'll be interesting to see if we start to selectively see things like games and stuff be pushed off towards those offloaded processing. I know we're getting like super long-winded on this topic, but it's an interesting one, so I don't give a shit. One of the things that's
our
pretty
listener
interesting.
is a little disgruntled right now.
I don't give a shit.
He says, what is the difference between ray tracing and tray racing?
That's a great question. I'm pretty sure it's just like letter transposed.
I don't think it is. I think that I think ray tracing is very clearly useful, and tray racing is when
not.
you steal a food tray, a tray for food
Tray
from the food
racing
court,
is
and
a
you go
game that
sledding.
could benefit from ray tracing.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
So the reflections off the stainless steel and stuff were nice, but shit, my train of thought crashed. Maybe that was the listener's goal.
Mainframes.
Oh, yeah.
Cycling back to that, which maybe our devices are going to be BMW in a car. Coming up.
One hell of a transition.
What?
Maybe we're gonna have to transition back to some local hardware to be able to drive your 31-inch 8K screen that's sitting in your BMW.
I hope so. Man.
That's gonna be
I do like this idea though. It pops down in the
Who's it
back, so
for?
you don't
The
have to worry about
kids?
somebody. It's for the kids, or for like you want to have a movie. Like, hey, let's drive out to this spot where it's cool. We can have like
do
a beach,
what?
we can have like a picnic, and then we can hang out in the back of the car and make out a little bit while we watch an 8K movie. Every high schooler's dream. I don't know who this is.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is for like I wonder what version of the BMW they're putting this into, because I've got to imagine it's got to be one of the bigger cars, because nobody's going to want to sit in the back of their car.
Unless it's super spacious and extra comfy. You know what would make the backs, like if you could plug in that KFC bucket for gaming to this thing and have your Budweiser speakers or whatever it was, then yeah, you know what, I might see this actually working out.
I could see that part of it. I mean, 31-inch screen, and the aspect ratio is not super great. It's a 32 by 9, which
What are you watching on that?
I don't know.
Wheel of Time, according to the picture.
Great.
I guess. I mean, I love watching black bars.
You
I
could
guess.
the entire
But...
timeline of Wheel of Time on this wide bastard.
Again, everyone's goal. I don't know. I think I actually do kind of like the idea of having nicer monitors in cars. Like, I wouldn't mind if there were 4K displays in the back of the headrest.
I don't know, dude. I'm with the
For
commenter, the top
passengers.
commenter I see on here. It obscures your vision as the driver.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. I don't know why I didn't think of that at first.
Well, yeah. I mean, this thing like folds down from the ceiling, so you're not going to be able to see shit out the back.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe it is a BMW, so like maybe they don't care.
Maybe they've
I
got
don't
enough
think you're
cameras
supposed
on
to
it.
have it down while you're driving. I think they've set this up as like you're going camping.
No, I don't
like,
think
let's
so. I
also
think
watch a movie.
I think you can use it while you're driving too.
What?
I don't know, man. I feel like this is yet again one of those things that like is made for someone that isn't me.
Thumbs down.
I mean, of course I'm never gonna be on board with this because I'm the one driving. So
Yeah, I just don't
fun.
see any value in it, and I'm not going to climb into the back of my car to go watch a movie. I'm just not going to do that. Thumbs down to that.
yeah.
Yeah, thumbs down.
If I'm going to watch a movie from my car, it's going to be at a drive-in. Maybe. But something that you may want to you could buy for your car is all of your Tesla merch using Dogecoin.
The Cyberquad only costs 12,020 Doge.
That's
I guess.
it.
I paid more Doge for my copy of Battlefield 3.
What?
Why?
Like, I mean,
Was
how
this
much
like
how much
5
is
years ago?
Yeah, how much is a Dogecoin worth right now?
I have no
How much
idea.
is a Dogecoin? Actually, I'll say.
Dogecoin value is 22 cents.
I mean, I guess it's 2,600 bucks, 2,644. Yeah, I mean, I bought back when Battlefield 3 was new. I mean, I did the math.
Yeah, I guess that'd be equivalent to $5,000-6,000. So
A copy of Battlefield 3 at
I wonder if
peak Doge prices costs like 20 grand.
can you sell your copy of Battlefield 3 now for 20 grand and get a Cyberquad?
Do a take backsies.
Yeah.
You say
to do
more
a
stuff
return.
that doesn't make any sense.
Dogecoin. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
I
honest,
mean,
when they
I wish-
announced
you know
that
what,
this
I'm
was
gonna put a
thing,
little
I
marker on our
almost
mark
went
tracker.
and canceled my Cybertruck reservation.
Add marker. That way I can go back and find out what the hell you just said, Blaine, because it was very confusing. Look it up.
I mean, I'm still not probably gonna even if this would be the real test, is because I've got reserved Cybertruck, Rivian, and the Ford.
hmm
if the Cybertruck came out today, like it was like, oh, you can configure it and you'll have it in 3 weeks, would I do
Would
it
you
because
do
it
it?
was first? Because what I really want is the Rivian.
True. Fair.
Based mostly on size. It's a smaller pickup. It's like in between a Tacoma and a Tundra, where the Cybertruck is this big, huge beast of a fucking vehicle.
I thought it was bigger than that. The Rivian.
No, it's in between
I
a
thought it was-
Tacoma and a Tundra.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
like almost a foot shorter in length than the F-150 and the Cybertruck.
Oh. I thought they were the same size.
They
Yeah,
are
interesting.
not even close.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I
Sounded
guess
like
if
a TikToker that I listened to when you just said that, it made me giggle.
I don't really understand why Dogecoin has gone fucking crazy, aside from Elon being in on it.
well, so I mean, that's what they said is that as soon as Musk announced this, apparently Dogecoin went up 14%.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
is-
shit, it was up to almost 80 cents, wasn't it? Way back.
I don't know.
Weren't you here for that? Like, I mean, the Doge I had,
Oh yeah.
you know, I had, like, at peak height, you know, obviously didn't have the coins anymore, but at peak price, I had like $300-some thousand worth of Dogecoin, if I still fucking had it, which pisses me off to no end.
Yeah.
Did
So
you
like
lose it- did you check the
in-
couch cushions?
For more Doge. Yeah.
You said you couldn't find them. Maybe it's in the back seat of that BMW while you're watching your 8K movie.
No. I
Pull
know
out
where
your
the
pocket.
Doge is. I converted it to Bitcoin a long time ago. I was like, this is stupid, and I converted it. So everybody's got one of those stories where they don't have $300,000, right?
Yeah, but you know what? I always say nothing beats a free banjo. So
Well, I don't have one of those either.
You don't have a free banjo?
No.
That's too bad. I don't either. You know, I don't really understand why he wants to buy things with Dogecoin, so I'm gonna give this a
Can you
thumbs
still
down.
buy it with regular money?
I would assume so. Yes.
Okay, well
Regular
then
money.
whatever. Do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. I think it's dumb, but it's fine, I guess.
I just don't get it. But something I think is interesting here, but maybe I also don't get, is Steinway, who is a
Pianos?
piano maker. They have a self-playing piano that can now sync up with live performances. So I guess in the world of COVID, where you don't want to go watch a live performance, you could just have your piano play it for you in
So,
your
like, some
living room.
piano savant could sit there and play the like main piano, and then all the other Steinway connected pianos.
yeah,
Would
so
play along
technically
with
they
it.
could set a
Yes.
record for playing the.
You know, at first
they could,
glance,
they could set a record for playing the most pianos at once.
once, you know, I feel like my initial reaction is why, and then my subsequent reaction is that sounds nice for somebody that can buy a Steinway. Like,
You know,
Yeah.
my first thought was kind of like, that's kind of weird, and then more of like, you know,
This is
I would
nice.
agree. This actually is kind of an interesting idea. I mean, if I had a Steinway and I could do this, I would probably do it.
it'd be neat.
If
Yeah.
they, if they
Listen
could
to
have it
people
done
play.
for other instruments as well, I could see it being something where like
Because Steinway makes so many
You
other
could like have
instruments.
your friends come over and
Steinway, just
and do what they're doing
instruments
here
in
in the
general.
image. You just do this. Here, I'm gonna share this out. Share this image. How do we do this? Bam. Gizmodo. Credit Gizmodo. Boom. Copyright problem resolved. Share. Window. Tab. Bam. Look at this. I mean, all you need to do is look at this to understand exactly how awesome this would be, right? Is you got your fucking TV up here, your projector, or whatever. Like if you're poor and you own a smaller Steinway, it's a TV. Unless it's one of those new micro LED TVs and it costs like 80 grand, then you're rich. But yeah, you got this up here, and then you got the piano, and you got your friends like here for you have a nice dinner party, and then you retreat to the living room.
I'm not sure that's
and-
even in a living room. That looks like it's like on a
Yeah, I know, it
outside
looks outside.
porch or something.
It's an outdoor indoor space. I've seen this a lot in houses in California. Been looking at a lot of real estate in California.
Have you?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea. I could like if I had those things, I could see that being a thing. I mean, I like the piano. It's like one of my favorite instruments. So
Yeah, I like I said, if I could afford one and I was like, yep, this is it. Why not? I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I like the idea. I mean, live performances straight into my living room.
I
There you
like
go.
music. Thumbs up for music.
thumbs up.
Thumbs up for music. All right. Well, I think we'll move on to our Elon Musk pitches for the week then. Who's got a pitch for good old Muskie baby tonight?
I would like him to create a line of code that just gets added to computers so that whenever they try to find microphones or cameras that are connected to my computer, it uses an API key to detect whichever one is the most expensive and then just pushes that to the top of the list so that you can make more money. I wasn't really paying attention, Matt, when you were saying all that before the episode got started.
It was
so
pretty
I hope I
good.
got it close.
You stumbled when you said API key. Like you
I
had
stumbled from the very
API, you
beginning.
should have left key off.
I only deal with API keys because I'm
Yeah, I know.
stealing crap.
You did pretty well.
website.
I'm impressed. Constantly impressed with your technical aptitude.
I'm sure. You're gonna put in a good word for we with at Wingdings.
Yeah, wingdings. Yeah,
so-
my voice carries so much weight there now.
So my question is, in this world of things, is it going to base the
I don't know,
value of the thing that you plug in on today's dollars or at the time that you bought it?
That's a great question, and also of some significant importance.
Well,
I
think about if
believe,
you have
is-
if it happens to know the MAC address of whatever thing that you bought 15 years ago and now it's worth $1 million because they stopped making those and it's a collector's item. Do you want that pushed to the top of the list? I have a lot of questions about this.
What does
Matt.
this do? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What does this slider do? What about now?
Now you're quiet.
You're really
Oh, that's my
do that.
volume. I see. Sorry. I'm gonna completely derail this and let you know that it's taken me. How long have we been doing this now?
42
minutes. 42 minutes and 45 seconds to notice your subtle, not so subtle YouTube plaque flex.
Oh, here
Yeah, it's taken me almost an hour.
I have several shelves over here, so I'm
Yeah,
hoping
those two aren't
eventually-
duplicates. He legitimately has two separate silver YouTube plaques.
Yeah, they're two different
Channels. If you need somebody to take your YouTube channel to a moderate height, this guy's your guy.
Unless it's CouncilCast, then
Unless it's this one.
They should give plaques for the most consistently lowest subscribers, and it's just the same plaque, but it's the poop emoji. Or just the dislike. That's where the dislikes went. They went to the plaques. They needed them all for the plaques. Did they turn dislikes back on? Is that a thing?
No, I don't think so.
Yep,
Really?
there it is.
Yeah,
Oh.
I see it. Oh, it's okay. I got two things to say now because I opened up this video and I saw the dislike. I think it just doesn't show the count anymore.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, so you don't know how disliked it is.
Yeah.
But you
Let
can
me
still...
open up a different video that has way more views. Okay. 67 million. Yeah, it doesn't show the count. I remember that was part of the controversy because you could still get it out of the API key. But the other thing I gotta say is, so Silas
Yeah.
said, "There it is," and immediately after, the first thing this dude says in this Rivian video that I just randomly opened on my YouTube homepage is, "There it is." So Silas said, "There it is," and then this guy said, "There it is." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, I spend a lot of time on YouTube, so that's probably where I got it from.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Have you guys made any jokes about Riverside being the? Isn't that the same name as where Captain Kirk?
Went to school.
No, born.
Where he was born.
Where he's from?
Riverside. Yeah. He was born in River City.
No, Riverside.
Yeah, it's
Future
Riverside,
birthplace.
Born
Yep.
in-
Yeah, it's near Muscatine. I've been in Riverside.
There you go.
I wonder where they came up. I assume Riverside is just like a Riverside chat. That's not a phrase
Sure.
that I'm aware of. But the logo is a little like.
Oh, yeah,
Looks like a
Riverside,
river.
It's a
He,
sine wave, isn't it?
Are we talking about the reboot? Because technically he was born in outer space. It's a very dramatic opening.
That's
with,
true. Born in
with
outer space,
Thor.
but from Riverside, Iowa.
He was conceived in Riverside, Iowa, maybe.
Right here
I
in
don't
River
know.
City. Starts with P and that rhymes with
Oh my
P
God.
and that stands for pool.
No.
Oh boy.
My
You know,
real-
I
What's your pitch? Are we voting on this or what are we doing? Blaine, take it away.
you know, I just had a lot of questions on that one, so
Yeah, what were your questions?
I just want to know how it shows the dollars. So
It shows them in Bitcoin.
From the API key. What part was not clear?
is it based on the amount of dollars that I spent at the time that I spent it, or based on the dollars as if I was to buy it today?
What if it's not for sale today?
Well,
It shows
I don't know.
$0.
Maybe that's another. Yeah, is that
It
$0?
also integrates with the eBay API key and does an average against the last end number of sold items.
Yeah, well,
uses
it has
eBay
API keys that
to
integrate
determine
with,
pricing. Gotcha.
Amazon, eBay.
You know, Elon Musk he created eBay, so I'm pretty sure he can figure this out.
Easily.
He created PayPal.
That's the same thing,
That's-
right?
Wasn't PayPal him and like Peter Thiel?
Something like that.
Yeah, he
You know,
said
I
it's
think-
completely unhackable, and then it got hacked, and then he sold it, and he made a bunch of money.
Oh yeah.
Makes sense.
You want your stock to go up, just get hacked.
You know, I guess I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I would agree that I don't like when my computer chooses to change my defaults. So
Can you write that down for me and Matt because it got a thumbs up?
you want it on both. You both. Is
Yeah,
this a
both of us
joint
did it.
joint pitch?
Does this count as me having pit?
Yes,
Only if you want it to.
because
No,
I
I'm still
stole it
working
from
on
you,
mine.
and then you helped explain it.
You didn't steal it. Mine's slightly different.
Oh,
Oh, is
Only
Matt's the
slightly.
one that uses eBay? Okay.
No. Mine's different. It doesn't use an API key. It uses an API.
I see. Well, not Siri. I didn't say Siri. Gosh, shut up.
She does that to me sometimes in meetings. Like, I'll be talking in a meeting, and all of a sudden my watch is like, I did not find
Sorry,
that
I
on the
didn't
web.
understand that.
Okay.
I don't really have a pitch. I guess I'm gonna pitch that he brings back the dislike count.
Yeah, that really hurts people's feelings, and that's nice. Do it.
I want to see how many people dislike CouncilCast. He
What was
only
their-
bring it back for CouncilCast.
What was their stated reason for getting rid of it? I assume you guys did a segment on dislike button going away.
No.
No, but I watched some other people do it, and they were all like, I guess.
I mean, I'm
That's how
assuming the whole
everyone reacted
point.
to it in the YouTube community.
I'm assuming the whole point was because people didn't like to see that people didn't like them.
I think that they were hoping that
It's not that they
would.
don't like you, it's that they don't like
you
your
get
content.
to see how many dislikes. You go to your analytics and you can see how many dislikes you got.
Still?
It just doesn't show it publicly. And I think what they're
Right.
hoping to avoid is like the bandwagon shitting on people effect, where it's just like, oh, there's a
Oh,
bunch of
just
thumbs
like
down.
essentially
No.
like impromptu canceling of
Ah,
videos. Like
Yeah.
Battlefield trailer comes out and everybody's like, just like, except everybody liked that one. Like when the actual new Battlefield trailer came out, everybody was losing their shit. And then the game came out and they were like, ooh, that sucks.
whoops.
Yeah.
Oversold that one.
All right. Are you gonna have a different pitch than tonight, Matt? Is yours is just used an API, not an API key?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
I'm
write
good.
the exact
All
same
right.
thing, but
All right.
change API rather
I'm
than
just
API
I'm
key.
still working on it. I've been working on it a long time.
You've been writing the API?
No, a pitch. I've been working on a pitch for a long time.
Oh, that's right. All right. Well, I think with that, we're going to go ahead and call this council meeting adjourned then. We do thank everybody for listening, and especially those who join us live on Tuesday nights on YouTube. And if you liked what you saw and want to check out all of our past episodes, good luck. Silas is going to have them all done by next week.
I am.
So you can check them out on councilcast.org or find them on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher when that comes around. And if you do have a topic you would like the council's decision on, or if you want to send us some Dogecoin, you can send them to I don't care at councilcast.org or connect with us on Twitter at RealCouncilCast.
Have we ever received an email?
No.
We receive lots of emails, just not real ones.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
some
yeah.
Sexy
We need
ladies
to start
that
having
got
a
hold of
segment
our
where we
email, I'm
go
sure of
through
it.
the emails we get.
Lots of opportunities for our penises to grow multiple inches and
It-
Who doesn't need that?
If you would like to have a section, if you would like to contribute to CouncilCast and pay for us to have a secondary post hours, after hours CouncilCast where we review our email,
Patreon.
donate to our Patreon. There you go.
Do we have a Patreon?
No.
no. But we do have a donate button on our website.
Can we get on?
That is
You
actually
think
set up.
we can get on Curiosity Stream or Nebula? Is that something?
Probably.
You know what? I'll write them. I'll write them I'll send them a tweet.
Like, yo, we think we're at that. We think we're at that.
We're
level.
at that level.
You ever watch?
We almost have
couple
200
episodes.
You ever
episodes.
watch Wendover Productions or CGP Grey? We're past that.
We're basically the best show on the internet. Best kept secret.
The best kept secret. Well, thanks for listening to the best kept secret, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, Casey.